Hello, and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Work, and today we're getting up to speed on the data superhighway with a business focused on internet technologies. On District Business, the Old Town Business District is our featured segment. Andrew Fry says there's time for rest and relaxation for small business owners on Tacoma Means Business. And with me now is my guest, Stasha Moreno of Surge Tacoma. Welcome, Stasha.
Thank you for having me.
So your business is about shared office space, and you have a whole range of people in there doing really interesting things. Tell us about Surge Tacoma.
So Surge was started in 2012 and we opened in 2013, and it's an office space, 2 floors of shared workspace as well as private offices for people so they can kind of get out of their homes and get into a community, and it just creates this really vitalizing space with lots of people connecting and kind of moving forward with businesses, a lot of startups, entrepreneurs. It just creates a really nice flow of workspace.
So you have a range of people. You have some entrepreneurs who are just getting started up and can't afford their own space or need to have a good place to get together with their colleagues to start up their business, as well as some established business people who usually worked at home but appreciate coming in and having an office that's with other people.
Exactly. It's a really nice different mix of people. So people always ask, who are the, like, what kind of businesses are the most in here? And it's really everyone. We have startups who, they just got an idea and want to get into an office space. And then there are people who, maybe they work for an insurance company and they just moved and they want to have an office to go to that's not at home with the baby crying.
Right, that can be a real distraction.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, and I want to come back to more of who's in there now. But this idea of shared workspace actually is a thing now. It's a concept that people are showing has an impact on the businesses themselves.
Exactly. There's just been a lot of research about how effective it is at making you more productive, getting things started, moving along. You meet people who can help your business and you can help their business. And co-working was actually really started only in like 2000.
Is that right?
And now they think that by the end of 2016, there's going to be 10,000 co-working spaces.
And people find that their actual bottom line improves once they start to co-work? Is that part of the research?
That is part of the research. I think like 50% of people have an improvement.
50% of the people come in
Yeah.
and actually improve their businesses.
Yeah.
So they maybe come in because they're tired of being at home or because the kids are in the way or they're lonely. But
Yes.
they actually end up getting mentorship benefits and all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits. I mean, as far as just, making a friend, or also, a lot of business benefits from coming in and you just don't know who you're going to meet or what ideas you have, just bouncing off other people in there from different fields.
Sounds like an exciting place to be.
It is. I really like it.
A lot of energy in there.
There is, and everybody's pretty nice, and I just feel like I learn a lot from people just by, talking to them about what they do.
So you have to be nice to get in. No.
I would hope so.
Well, I'm curious to hear a little bit about what is actually there. What kind of spaces? Is there a range of things that I can do, or is there just one size fits all, or how does it work?
So we have memberships, which are, all of our memberships are monthly.
Okay.
And then
So if I want to come in and try it, it's easy, low entry.
Exactly.
Barriers, yeah.
Yeah, and also if it doesn't work, we don't want to hold people into a lease.
Right.
But we have memberships for as reasonable as $50 a month, which is just 9 to 6. You come in, you work in our cafe, get free internet, free coffee, tea, water.
Okay.
And then all of our other memberships are 24/7 access.
So 24, so you can come in any time of day, and entrepreneurs like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they like
There's
to work around the clock.
a lot of people. Also, if you moved or if you work with people in Asia or other parts of the world, people come in 5 a.m. for their meeting at 9 on Skype or whatever that is.
So you can go from the $50 cafe, which is really nice tables and desks and things in sort of an open shared environment, to having your own dedicated desk. Is that the next one?
Then we have a 24/7 membership,
Okay.
and that kind of gives you more spaces. We have other couch spaces, more workspaces upstairs, and then we have dedicated desks. And our desks are just, you work there. It's your private space. And then we also have private offices.
So if I really want the deluxe deal, I can get a private office, can lock the door, and everything's mine for as long as I'm paying the monthly rent.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the range of things. And you have shared meeting rooms. So even if I'm in the cafe or have my own office, if I have 5 people coming in for a meeting, I can reserve it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, we have 3 conference rooms, and they're a nice, we have projectors in there, and it's nice you can meet with clients even if you have a cafe membership.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. And then the kitchen is a full kitchen, so I can bring my lunch or.
Yeah, there is a full kitchen. So we have people who, will make themselves some lunch or heat it up or whatever. It's also good for, we have a few, people can reserve the cafe space and the conference rooms for giving lectures or for meeting with a lot of clients and giving presentations.
Oh.
So that's kind of nice also to use the kitchen, and you can have food and stuff.
And if one of those is happening and you're just in there to do your work at the cafe thing, there's other places that you go during that time.
Exactly.
And that brings up the subject of lectures. That's another thing that you do, right? Is you have the meet and talks or whatever. What are they called?
They're meetups.
Meetups, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a monthly meetup, which is, if you go to meetup.com, it's just Surge Launch. And what we do there is we get CEOs from different startups or different people in the community who want to give back. We have some great speakers talking about how to start a business, HR for your starting business, how to establish if you want to be an LLC. There's lots of different things that come in, and they're very helpful, and it's for anybody in the community. It doesn't have to be a member. Anyone's welcome to come.
So people should know about that if they're interested in these kinds of topics, that this is there for them. And they'll also meet other entrepreneurs and business-minded people.
Yeah, we have some time for networking before and afterwards, and it's pretty small usually too, so you can talk to these CEOs and ask them specific questions and get feedback on your own business as well.
So what are, say, 2 of the more interesting businesses that are there now?
Well, one I really like is we have a startup that is Travel RX, and the founder is Vidya Nair, and she offers shots. She'll come into your business, and if you're traveling anywhere, she'll get you vaccines or whatever you need and come straight to you. So in case, there's a lot of, you go on a business trip, you get sick, this is to kind of curb that. And she's just starting and is really excited about it.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then other businesses, we just have so many different people. We have people who make sort of AI, kind of robotics
Artificial intelligence.
Exactly. Stuff. So we have someone who designed a little robot that mapped our upstairs, and he delivers drinks from, he'll go give someone a Pepsi with this little robot.
So you have service there too.
Exactly.
That's cool. And I looked at the website, and some of the entrepreneur stories are there, and they're really interesting. But you have some news. You have something else coming up, which is you're going to be taking over with a similar space, a really cool historic building next to where the Elk Lodge is on the other end of town. Tell us about that.
So the Union Club, we just bought the building recently, and we are planning on doing a very similar, it's going to be sort of our sister property over on Broadway next to the Elks building. And it is also co-working office space, and then also adding in the component of co-working artist space. So they're going to be all these different types of people right next to artists. So you can be coding, doing whatever it is on your computer, then have someone painting next to you, or it's going to be just those different things coming together, as well as we want to showcase these artists' work and have art shows up in the historic building, which will be really cool.
That's exciting, because there's a lot of, for example, on Art Walk, people go through town, and so that would become a regular.
Exactly.
And, I can imagine having entrepreneurs and different kinds of businesses interacting with artists is great for both. The artists often get into business to sell their work, or there can be all kinds of great interactions there.
Exactly. I see it being just the same thing as what happens at Surge, just with different types, artists and these other businesses coming together.
And it's right next to what will be a premier McMinimum's restaurant and pub, which is always great for entrepreneurs, right? Don't
Yes.
those things go together?
Yeah, I mean, you can always go and use a nice, have a drink and whatever,
Uh-huh.
just right next door. So that'll be awesome.
Helping make it a really great downtown. And that's also going to be a rental space for events?
It will. So we're also still going to have, it was an event space before. So they're really just these nice, beautiful, huge spaces with the best view of the sound, honestly, in Tacoma I've ever seen. The decks are superb. And so you're going to be able to rent it out for weddings, events.
And this is a beautiful, great architecture, historic building, right?
Yes, I believe it's a Victorian era building. And we're trying to kind of restore the colors into the theme of how it originally was. It's a really great building. I believe it like around 1900 is when it was built, and it was founded as a men's club, and women weren't allowed in.
Oh, well, my.
Yes.
Well, you've changed that.
Exactly. We have. And Eleanor Roosevelt actually also was allowed in through the front door with the men. So
Well, good for her.
that's pretty cool.
That's great. That's a great story. A lot of history there. So you've got the bookends of that building that's going to be on the end of town near the Stadium District, and the surge facility now is, where is that exactly?
It's on South 25th, so just on the other end of downtown.
Just above the Brewery District there.
Exactly,
Near
right
Tacoma.
next to the Brewery District. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have those two parts of town and helping build the entrepreneurial culture of Tacoma.
Yeah, that is why we started. We just wanted to get more, there's so much going on, entrepreneurs, startups in Seattle, and Tacoma is such a great place to live and work and to have this space here. And you move here to Tacoma, maybe you don't know about it. We have a lot of people in our space who have recently moved, and they just find, oh, it's a great community. I can live and work here. I don't have to be commuting up to Seattle.
And I have a really cool place to work. This is a great story. Stasha, thanks so much for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Coming up, what's new with the Old Town Business District? Connecting people to business is what Tacoma is all about. There are 15 established business districts in the city, each with its own footprint of stores, restaurants, entertainment, and business interactions. Known as the birthplace of Tacoma, the Old Town Business District is packed with local charm and opportunities.
I'm Ruth Delaney, as president of the Old Town Business District. Welcome to Old Town. Old Town Business District is important because Tacoma started here. That's the information we have on our banners, and this is where Tacoma started, and that's part of what makes us special. There are about 110 businesses in our district with about 65 members. The business district tries to unite the interests of all the businesses for a voice in city activities and services. We have about 90% residential and 10% businesses in our overall district. The businesses range from large waterfront eateries to small executive professional offices. We have attorneys, dentists, coffee shops, hair salons, venues for events, property management office, insurance agencies, and a language school. About 10, 11 years ago, they had different salmon throughout the city of Tacoma, and our salmon, Soul Salmon, was taken, held hostage for 10 years, and then he was returned to us this year. So we've got him on a new base that's secure. He won't be going anywhere, and we got to unveil him again. Last year we completed a long-term goal of getting business district banners up. We chose a local artist who was able to depict 4 important parts of our business district: the tall ships, the early fishing and lumber industry, and the Job Card cabin. Our district wants to build on a very successful summer concert series in the park, our Classical Tuesday concert series, and we also want to be involved in the Old Town Blues Festival. We hope to eliminate some of our commercial vacancies, and onward and upward.
For more information on experiencing Tacoma business, log on to experiencetacoma.com. When we return, we'll have Tacoma Means Business with Andrew Fry talking about small business rest. Owning your own business can be rewarding, and it can be a lot of work. On this episode of Tacoma Means Business, Andrew Fry provides ways on how you, as a business owner, can take time out for yourself.
One of my favorite things about being so embedded in the entrepreneurial space, whether I'm teaching entrepreneurship or working on my own small company, is the group of people who are also entrepreneurs, and you get to share your experiences and the ups and the downs. And I was just speaking to a friend of mine who is not only a barista but also owns and operates the coffee shop that she works in about what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And what she said was, a friend said, isn't it glamorous being this owner of a business? And certainly there might be those small occasions when that's the case, but believe me, being a small business owner, being an entrepreneur is not glamorous most of the time. In fact, it can actually be very daunting, which we've said about in numerous occasions in terms of what you think about, what you have to do, where you plan, the energy that you expend. But believe me, we've also talked about how much it's worth it, the highs and the lows, and being an entrepreneur. But here is a few pieces of advice for those who have just discovered success in their business and realize that it seems their life is no longer their own. First of all, and this is a tough one, get your rest. All right, that sounds simple. Get your rest, because you go to bed at night and what do you do for the next hour? Think about the business. Think about the customers. Think about the price. Think about the new products. Stop, go to bed, relax, find a routine and get your sleep. You need to get rest. It's simple as that. And you'll find that being an entrepreneur, that is not necessarily an easy thing to do. The next thing is, okay, you've got your rest. That doesn't mean you're done. Find moments for relaxation. Find what works for you. Maybe it's a massage that you get every 2 weeks. Maybe it's a walk down on the waterfront. Maybe it's just escaping for a moment or two during the day. Or maybe you take up meditation. Whatever it is, schedule in times for yourself to relax. Because when you're a small business person, you are bombarded from all directions, from all sorts of people in terms of the business. And that's great, because that means you're successful. Find time to relax. Take a vacation. How can you take a vacation? You're a small business owner. You'll take a vacation 5 years from now when it's time to, when you have that opportunity. And I hear people brag about that. I haven't taken a vacation in 5 years. Stop. Take a vacation, recharge, get your rest, find relaxation time, take a vacation, and, especially when things are tough, go ahead and take those moments to enjoy those tiny bits of glamorous victories, those moments when you say, I just made a customer happy, I just launched a new product, I just opened a new division, I just opened a second store. All of those are big moments. Take the time to celebrate those. Because really, when it comes down to it, we're dealing with a lot of the heartache. Let's also deal with the success.
Thanks, Andrew. For more ways on helping grow your business, check out Tacoma's Community and Economic Development Program at tacomameansbusiness.com. When Business Matters returns, we'll meet a business that's distinctive in creating an online presence for business in the spotlight. Today, the spotlight's on Social Power, a Tacoma-based social media company.
My name is Don Powell, and I'd like to welcome you to Social Power.
Nestled on the edge of the Tacoma Theater District near Opera Alley is Don and his team at Social Power.
Well, Social Power started as a social media company, and then we grew and expanded, brought in some talent, and now we do web, search, and social. So by web, I mean website development. By search, I mean search engine optimization. And then social is social media community management.
The online superhighway continues expanding into commerce, communication, and information. Don knows he has to keep pace with the industry and focus on his company's products and services.
A lot of people ask me, how do you keep up with the changes in technology today? Because we all know it evolves so fast, and keeping up is a challenge. And well, we experienced the same challenge here. It was very easy in the early days, but now it just becomes more and more complex as time goes on. For example, on the website development, the new focus is mobile first. Some folks still use the term mobile responsive, but we've kind of got beyond that now. So we need to make sure that our clients' websites deliver a great mobile experience for their clients and their web browsers. So these are changes that a small business person has a hard time keeping up with.
The online business needs of the clients of Social Power are continually evolving. Don's customers rely on him to provide solutions.
You know, there's not just one set of a simple criteria that they need. It's all over the place. For example, we're fortunate enough to have the Zoo Society as a client, and what they needed was a real simple solution that was engaging for people in a way that could highlight the things happening at the zoo and highlight the fundraising and the things that they're doing, like the E.T. statue, a very important project for our community and at the hearts of a lot of people.
Don says their clients find business niches they can leverage through the services of Social Power. Don takes on the online realm so clients can focus on other demands of their businesses.
We have some small dental practices, law firms, chiropractors, and this type of client where they're very busy running their business and they're faced with the choice of either hiring somebody in-house to do this, but of course those are people that are usually engaged in operations of their business, so it's just too much to keep up with. And then we have a lot of small businesses.
Social Power is made up of a tight team of technology pros with Don leading the way.
Our growing staff is comprised at this time of Kelsey, Alyssa, and Donovan, and each has their area of specialty. One person works great at social media management for our clients. That would be Kelsey, and she has a real knack for finding great content to publish. And Donovan here is our resident code genius, and his job is to find great ways to make website technology work. And then Alyssa's our search specialist, and she helps develop online footprints.
Don is pleased he chose Tacoma for Social Power's headquarters. He says the city support, classic location, and the employee base are perfect for his company.
We chose downtown Tacoma for several reasons. The urban revitalization in this neighborhood has been phenomenal, and a lot of new businesses are moving in. There's some tech firms upstairs, and the employee base in this area is rich with young people who are educated in technology and experienced in technology, and so it's very easy for us to find good quality employees here.
And with a smile, Don adds that the future success of Social Power will be an iconic mix of the old and new.
The contrast between the old building, which is on the historical register, and the new cutting-edge technology that we deploy for web development and search optimization and social media management. The contrast between those makes it really kind of a fun place to work.
That's it for Business Matters. Join me next time for more insight into the Tacoma business scene. See you then.